guys, my name is Rishabh and I am bringing a brand new Clash Royale video, and this is my very first recording, so please keep supporting me. Today I am going to show all of you, if we don't counter a card in Clash Royale, in result how much damage can be done. So let's start. Okay, our first card is a Knight. Normally we counter Knight with a Mega Minion or Archer. But if we left Knight uncountered, he alone can do more than 800 damage on Crown Tower. Our next card is Goblin. They can do chip damage of couple of hundred, so they can be ignored. Our next card is Archers. They also are able to do the damage of 250 hit points, but if they are behind a very big hit point troop, they can destroy your tower easily. Next is Goblin Bearer. If you didn't counter them, they can be such a big pain. They alone can do 800 points. Next is a very important and most used card in Clash Royale. It is Mosquito. It can also do damage of almost 900 hit points in his 5 shots only. It's a bowler. He also do a great amount of damage. He can do more than 1000 damage on a crown tower all alone. Although we can see his stone throwing speed is very slow, so that's why he is able to do more than 1000 point damage only on the crown tower. Next is a very important card. It's a Mega Minion. It can be found in almost everyone deck because of his great damage. But alone he's not that good, but still in 2 shots only he can do half of 1000 damage. Our next card is Ice Golem. Ice Golem, I think it's good for support only. Alone he can do just more than 100 damage. Not a good thing. But he can be used in chip damaging or a big attack like in front of Elite Barbarian. We will see Graveyard in action later. Our next card is Minion. Minion alone is not a good troop to use. You can back up any tank with Minion and it will surely make you win. Our next card is Minion Horde, but we can't ignore Minion Horde because they have the ability to take your one crown tower at their own. As you can see, minions are doing work. Just 14 hit points left. We'll talk about Elite Barbarian later. Let's see Lava Hound in action. Lava Hound, if supported by any big damage troop, they can took all the tower including King Tower. But alone Lava Hound don't do the great damage, but Lava Pups is still good. They alone can do the damage of 1000 plus on Crown Tower. Skarmy is like a grounded troop, like a Minion Horde with less luxury. If you ignore them, they are going to take your tower for sure, or almost kill your tower near to death. Our next card is Ice Wizard. Ice Wizard is good for defense only, or it can support tank, or it can be used in defense. We already talked about Mega Minion, so we'll see what is our next card. Okay, so guys, here I want to tell you, for tournament standard match, Furnace is a very good card. It is widely used by players for tournament matches. Since Furnace lifespan is also 40 seconds, if opponent is going to soak its damage continuously, 3 Furnace can take a tower for you easily. Here it comes the most important card, Hog Rider. Alone he can do the damage of 1600 hit point if left uncountered. So beware of Hog Rider. Golem is not that much used card because of players playing less elixir decks for higher level, but still one golem can destroy one tower completely and as well as do some damage on King Tower itself. And Golem is good because of its explosion damage. When it explodes, it can harm surrounding troops like Skarmy and Minion Horde. It can completely finish them, and after that Golmites also works. Okay, let's see. Here we comes to mostly used card, that is Elite Barbarian. Nowadays we can see Elite Barbarian in almost everyone's deck. As you can see here, when both Crown Tower and King Tower are attacking on Elite Barbarian, then also they are able to finish Crown Tower by itself. So our next card is Ice Spirit. Ice Spirit is much of defensive card and it can do chip damage or freeze your enemy for a second. Okay, let's ignore Goblin, we already see them in action. Okay, come to Fire Spirit. Fire Spirit is a very great card because of they do damage like Fireball. They do the damage of 350 hit points as well as they are a very good counter also. Our next card is Spear Goblin. They are widely used for doing the chip damage. They alone can do damage of 300 hit points on a crown tower. Skeleton is not much of a attacking card, but they can very much be used in debating the attackers like Elite Barbarian, Barbarians, Prince, Sparky, Princess. So overall they can be used in a good defensive manner. Next card is Bomber. If you used behind any tank, he is able to do a great damage. We can also use Bomber to counter any ground card. But still in one hit only he is able to do 250 damage on ground tower. We already see Ice Wizard is in action. So we we are not going to talk about the Ice Wizards. Let's focus on our next card and it is Mortar. Mortar is really a great card if provided with sufficient defense. It alone can do damage of almost 1800 damage on a opponent crown tower. It is almost nearly kill. Okay, let's talk about Graveyard. It is really a great card because of its spawning speed of skeleton from ground. It can also do damage of 1800 hit point on crown tower. For me, I seriously like Graveyard very much because of 2 Graveyard and you can almost kill 2 Crown Tower if left uncountered by your opponent. Let's see Dark Prince and P.E.K.K.A is in action. While Dark Prince is doing a damage of 200 hit points, Mini P.E.K.K.A is doing a great amount of damage. But Mini P.E.K.K.A swings sword very slowly. Still she is able to do more damage than Dark Prince. Mini P.E.K.K.A did 1700 damage on Crown Tower and Dark Prince did only 1400, almost 1400 damage on Crown Tower. Let's see Baby Dragon in action. Baby Dragon is a great counter for minion or minion horde. But alone he can do only 600 damage on Crown Tower. Guards can also do a chip damage of some 300 points. Here Princess is an exception. If opponent or us is not going to defend against Princess, she can destroy all your towers because of the range. She didn't come in the tower range, so she can destroy easily your Crown Tower, King Tower. Our next card is Barbarians. Although we know nowadays people are using Elite Barbarian very much, but on the other hand, Barbarian is a very good defense and used in attack also. They can stop your opponent Hog Rider pose, Elite Barbarian pose very easily. And if used alone for attack and left uncountered by opponent, they can easily destroy one crown tower and can do additional 1000 damage to King Tower also. We'll see Goblin Hut in action later. Wizard is a good defense for everything, for ground or as well as for air troops. Alone he can do damage of 700 hit point on Crown Tower. Our next card is Balloon. Goblin Hut is a great card. By spawning Goblin, it also can able to do damage of 1300 hit points on Crown Tower. sorry, not hit point, damage. Balloon is also a good card, but without support, balloon is able to nearly kill one tower. As we can see, poison can also do 250 damage. So if you are going to use chip damage deck, poison is a very helpful card for you. Our next card is Valkyrie. Valkyrie can do more than 1200 damage to tower, and if your tower is on half of health, she can destroy your tower easily. Our next card is a prince. Since he's charged up, and if you are not going to stop the prince, then he can take your tower easily. He is able to destroy complete one crown tower. Since three musketeer, because of his 9 elixir, not used too much, so that's why we will talk about three musketeers later. Let's come to giant, the most used card I have ever seen from arena 1 to arena 10. Let's talk about both giant and giant skeleton at one hand. They both are able to do damage of one crown tower completely. They are able to take one crown tower completely. Giant shot is heavy, so he can do damage of some 200 to 150 in one shot, while giant skeleton, because of his skelly bomb, he can come take your tower. Okay, our next card is three musketeers. As we can see, the king tower is on full length, and we dropped our three musketeers, and it is like they are shooting. King tower is targeting on one, and all three are doing their work in 14 seconds. They killed king tower of health 3800. We will talk about why we hurt just after our next card. Next card is lumberjack. Sorry, this is such a great card. I like lumberjack because of the extra raise provided by him after his death. Alone he alone he can do 1600 damage on your crown tower. So take it seriously. As we know, Bawat is used by players across the globe for to counter hog, giant or golem. But the other fact is, by spawning Bav also, it can do a very big amount of damage. By planting Bawat on your side of map, and if it is left encountered by your enemy, they are easily going to take one crown tower for you, and that's for sure. As we already see Mega Minion in action, and as well as Ice Golem also in action, so we will not talk about now. Earlier I recorded for her. Our next card is Inferno Dragon. Let's see Inferno Dragon in action. See here, we freeze the King Tower so that it can't shoot Inferno Dragon while doing the damage on Crown Tower. Here you can see the damage done by Inferno Dragon. In 10 to 12 seconds, it easily destroyed one Crown Tower completely. Okay, let's see Royal Giant in action. Royal Giant can also kill one crown tower, but not completely. He can do damage of some 2100 on the crown tower. Our next card is Exo, but I would like to term it as a beast. If you know how to use the Exo, one Exo can easily destroy one tower. Okay, let's see what is our next card. Our next card is Pekka. Pekka is bad if encountered by skeleton armies, guards or barbarians. Otherwise, everybody know it hit it like a truck. He or she can completely finish one tower, and as well as do significant amount of damage on king tower also. As we can see, both Pekka and three musketeers are doing the work. On one hand, Pekka is going to take one tower. On other hand, three musketeers destroyed one tower. King tower focused on Pekka, and within the seconds, opponents are destroyed. Thank you guys, since it is my very first video, so I made a huge amount of mistakes. Guys, please keep motivating me and leave comment down below. Thank you. I hope I will see you soon.